Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Ngoma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a stock that is about to go crazy tomorrow and why you should keep it on your watch list. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of this morning's pre-market analysis video right after the intro. All right, y'all. Right off the bat, today was a pretty nasty day. I didn't see that coming at all throughout in the beginning in the pre-market hours. I didn't see this drop coming. This actually caught me by surprise. But right now, the way things are looking, it's at a very critical level. Short-term dip buyers right now are currently holding at this level. All right, we'll see exactly what happens in the morning. If that level holds, then we're in a good shape. This previous one right here got taken out in the middle of the day. And right now we're testing these ones right now, right? And if that level breaks in the morning, then we could see lows of 37.60, maybe even 37.50. So just keep that in mind as you're trading the SPY. Again, with the market, when the market falls, everything that is long bias, every play that is bullish also collapse. All right. It is a very unfortunate thing, but it is something that you have to consider as you are trading in the stock market. Now, the stock that all of you are looking at on the thumbnail, that stock is Riot. All right. And Riot, again, for all of you who have been watching the channel, I talked about Riot, I think it was on Monday, and why I actually shorted this one. I shorted it at $66, all right, all the way down to 45. And now the pattern that I see on here, it was actually not very obvious to me until the middle of the day today. The pattern on here is right there. As you can see, the stock is forming something extremely bearish. And I realized that it was time to get back in right over here. All right, so this was the appropriate entry for this specific pattern. The stock is very elevated. Again, for all of you who are not familiar with Riot, Riot follows BTC. When BTC runs, Riot runs either shortly before or shortly after. And right now, BTC is extremely exhausted, like super exhausted. And when that started to collapse, also, the market also kind of pulled back as well. All right, so you can see that there is just some level of like correlation at this very moment in time with the pullbacks. I don't think this is done yet. I think it's gonna go crazy on the way down. So for all of you who are still shorting this and who are still shorting the other stock, which is NCTY, right? NCTY also showed the same thing. As soon as that broke, again, either or, this was pattern number one to short. I realized that this one was a reshort again after that same thing happened on this stock as well. The same thing with Riot. All right, so keep those ones on your watches. If you didn't short this one, I would say be very, very patient with it for a dip buy all the way down to, let's see here. Let me change this to the 15. All the way down to like 32, maybe 30, maybe 32. Yeah, somewhere around here. This will be very, very nice for a recovery, for a bounce up of the lows. This drop is not gonna last for too long. Yes, it is very painful in the short term, but it doesn't last for too long. Long term, the recovery is pretty nice, especially for dip buyers who continuously buy the dips. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. The very first one that we're going to be talking about is FUBO. Somebody asked about FUBO and what is going on with FUBO at the moment. FUBO right now is pulling back just like every other stock in the market. Where would I want to buy this thing at? I would love to scoop it up at $30, maybe $31, somewhere over here. Also, I want y'all to keep in mind that there is earnings coming up with FUBO on the 2nd of March. which I believe is in 1 week, maybe even less than a week. All right. So keep that in mind. If it survives earnings, or if it shows phenomenal numbers and the reaction is good, then definitely keep your eyes on this one for a consolidation followed by an uptrend later on during the month. But as of right now, the market is not isn't looking too good, and it's still iffy. Again, there's these levels to watch out for, and it can still collapse. And if that happens, which I think it actually will, then we could see lows of $30 tomorrow, and then it might last until Monday just a little bit. But after that, yeah. So just keep that in mind as you are trading this stock. The very next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, we're gonna address CCIV. CCIV. And CCIV right now is pulling back a bit further. I told y'all in that previous video, after the news broke out, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. After that news broke out, I told you that we'll be involved in this very boring sideways trading. Right now, it wants to go lower than that, but it doesn't really matter. Again, I told y'all be very patient with this one. Let the dust settle. All right. Let the frenzy, let the volatility settle down. The stock is gonna consolidate eventually, and then it will be good for. Then we will revisit this one again. Again, for long-term investors, if you see value in the company and you want to hold for 4 to 5 years, it's down like more than 50% from the top. So I wouldn't be mad at you if y'all started accumulating the stock. I really wouldn't. So that's my very honest opinion of CCIV. Next one that we're going to be talking about in this video, that stock is MVIS. And MVIS, again, for all of y'all who have been subscribing to the channel, who have been watching, I made a video about Microvision right over here at $11, titled "This stock is about to go crazy," right? And the stock went crazy indeed. It went crazy and it went all the way up to $21. And this is expected, right? This little bubble right here popped. And I call it a bubble because, as you can see, it went from like $1 all the way up to $24. So yeah, it is a bubble, right? So right now it's popping. And I do expect it to keep tanking all the way down to like 13 bucks, maybe even lower to 12 or $11, all right? I'm not bullish on this one yet, and I wouldn't advise anybody to dip buy this thing. It's just not. On this day right here, on the 23rd, yes, it was a good dip buying opportunity. But if we see it lower, which I think we will, right? Especially if the market is negative, like negative 0.20 or negative 0.30%, we could see this thing open up at 14 and flush down even more. So just keep that one in mind, right? Be very patient with this one. I don't think it's done falling, along with a lot of other stocks. The next one that we should talk about in this video, I don't know if somebody asked about this, but I just saw this thing. It had earnings today. That stock is Space. And Space had earnings, and y'all know exactly how I feel about earnings. I don't like holding anything through earnings. I don't like holding calls. I don't like holding puts. All right. And right now, for all of y'all who bought YOLO puts, y'all should be winning. Congratulations. I did not participate in this, nor did I want to. All right. But for those who bought calls, like, just know that your calls are like officially just worthless. They went all the way down to $0. This is not good. This is why we don't gamble through earnings. Again, the reaction is completely unpredictable. They probably did great. They probably had phenomenal numbers, and yet the stock still tanked. Okay. So is it good for a dip buy? I think it's gonna go down even further. Probably right now it's at $35. So if we could see it all the way down to 32, and then we can see a very boring consolidation right here, like right there, then that right there will be a great accumulation zone for a recovery to the upside right over here. All right, so just keep that in mind. Yes, the reaction is bad, but if it keeps holding and it doesn't want to tank anymore, short sellers will panic and they will take their money off the table. All right, so that is the reason why I'm putting this thing on your radar in this video. All right, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel grow faster and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday through Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if trading is new to you, if trading is brand new to you and you would like to get started, I'll have some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 through step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks after signing up with Webull using my very first link in the description below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you tomorrow morning at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. Enjoy the outro.